I'm Dr. Oban Jacob, and I came to this institution in 1981. Of course, I have been trained in leprosy, and I've specialized in a lot of the procedures that are involved with the leprosy, reconstructive surgery, and things like that. So, from 1981, as I said, I've been here, and we've developed a hospital because there were about 20,000 leprosy patients in this area at that time. Over the years, we used to go to the morning clinics and give treatment, the monthly treatment of multi-drug therapy to the patients, and gradually the number of leprosy patients who were infected and affected, it has come down. So the objective, of course, of the institution was to reduce not only the number of leprosy cases, but to catch the early cases of leprosy. So, especially the young children, because many of them develop deformities and then their whole life is a mess. So, our main objective was to catch them early, treat them early, and avoid disability, which is the main problem in leprosy and causes a lot of stigma. So, especially among the young girls who get married and things like that, it very often due to misunderstanding between the person they marry and themselves, they then go for either divorce or they commit suicide, and all the patients are being referred to us by the government. So there's a coordination between the government workers. They call it NLEP, which is National Leprosy Eradication Program. So the coordination is there between them and us. We are a private body, and they are the government body. Talking about the attitudes and awareness of people towards leprosy, in 1981 when I first came over here, and we had found many leprosy cases in the area, we found that their attitude towards leprosy was rather, they were quite frightened about the disease, and many of them would not come for the treatment because they would then be identified as leprosy patients or leprosy people, and they did not want that, and so they would hide in their homes and not take the treatment and eventually get worse. So we then used to have a health education and awareness program throughout the district so that people would become aware of this problem, and it succeeded to a great extent in that at one time it was almost 100 leprosy patients to 1,000 of population here in the district. Subsequently it came down to about 10 in 1,000, and in 1995 it came down to about 2 in 1,000. So the number of leprosy cases, or the incidence and the prevalence of the number of cases, dropped drastically. So that was subsequently, but what happened, that was 1995. But now we're talking about 2017. And what we find is that since the government survey education treatment, SCT programs, have stopped, the again the number of cases are coming up. And we find a lot of young people from the villages now affected with leprosy. So this is a big question mark because the government is not active in this case finding activities. And we in the private sector are trying our best to go into the villages, trying to motivate people to come for treatment for those who have early signs of the disease or even the late signs of the disease, but to come and take the treatment. So, so this is now a big task ahead of us, where again we have to go forward and try to spread the word that the disease is curable and that people should come forward and not get affected by the age-old stigma.
हमारा नाम कागरोली है, ऑटो चलाते हम लेप्रोसी पेशेंट है। उधर से उसको तो भी ऐसा पैर गिर सब क्या तो पड़ा है, तो मैं ऑटो में इधर ला को इधर अच्छा कर को फिर बुला ले जाना।
कब से शुरू किया आपने ऐसा करना?
हाँ वैसा 30 साल से ऐसा कर।
30 साल से आपको 30 साल
बड़ा साहब भी अच्छा मालूम, मेरे भी पाँव अच्छा करे बड़ा साहब।
आप कहाँ से?
वो तिरुपति वाला हूँ।
तिरुपति वहाँ घर वहीं है।
हाँ घर
सब लोग क्या?
उधर लेप्रोसी कॉलोनी है, बहुत कॉलोनी है, 4 कॉलोनी है। उधर बहुत लेप्रोसी पेशेंट हाथ पाँव ऐसे वाले, उधर कुछ काम वो ये करने का, बेकिंग करने का, उधर सब उधर ही आता है। उधर से इधर लाने का, इधर अच्छा करने में बिल्कुल लग जाने।
नहीं तो जितना आप देखते थे ना पहले लेप्रोसी के कितने पेशेंट होते थे, अभी कैसे कम ही है कि वैसे?
कम हो गए, कम हो गया, बहुत कम हो गया। कंट्रोल में डीएस पहले आया टाइम में कहा तो अच्छा होता है।
అన్నం తినే తప్పులన్నీ కడిగిస్తాను, అన్ని పోస్తాను, కడిగిస్తాను, తాగేదానికి నీళ్ళు తెచ్చిచ్చేది.
చెప్పు మళ్ళీ
బాత్రూమ్ కూడా వీల్ చైర్లో పెంచుకుంటాను. ముందు చిన్న పిల్లలకు కూడా అంత నీళ్ళు ఎట్లు నిందప్పుడు పట్టించేది పిల్లలకి.
ఎందుకు ఇక్కడ ఉండాలనుకుంటున్నావు? డాక్టర్ అడుగుతాను, ఇష్టం లేదు కదా ఎందుకు అని.
నేనైతే బాగుంటుందని ఎవరు సూరు డాక్టర్, అందుకని సిస్టర్లు కూడా బాగా చూస్తారు, పెద్ద సార్ కూడా బాగా చూస్తారు. ఈ సౌకర్యం ఎక్కడా రాదు డాక్టర్.
అదే
Yeah. Now, talking about St. John's, from 1980, actually 85, students have been coming to do their rural bond over here, and we have had more than now nearly more than 70 students who have passed out from St. John's and done their rural service over here. And I'm happy to say that on the whole, most of them have been very, very good. Here at Emmaus, where the St. John's doctors are helping, they are able to convince people that leprosy is curable and at an early stage given the proper treatment. And so they also advise the partners or they advise the family members and things like that. So it's a great help in that way.
For everything.